Okay, we're going to look at some polynomials in geometric form, and we're going to be thinking about whether we're adding these things or whether we are multiplying these things, or these polynomials. So let's just think about what we're doing here. Okay, so find the perimeter. Remember that perimeter is your outside edges. So this outside edge here is x plus 8. So perimeter is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. So we've decided the length is x plus 8. Well, we also know this length then is x plus 8. So this width over here is going to be x plus 3, as is this width is x plus 3. So we're going to say here that perimeter is 2 times the length, which is x plus 8, plus 2 times the width, which is the x plus 3. So we just multiply that out. Combine our like terms. And that's as far as we can go on the perimeter. Now we know area is length times width. Well, we know we can do this a couple of different ways. We could just go ahead and multiply that x plus 8 times the x plus 3. But I want to show you how to do it in these boxes also. So for area, I'm going to go ahead and erase all this that we put in here before. And so area is length times width. And so if we have these, we're just going to follow these boxes. So we've got x times x gives us x squared. X times 8 is 8x. X times the 3 is 3x. And 8 times 3 is 24, which would go in these boxes. So if you just sort of followed those the boxes of what's in front of them, you're just going to put that together. So then that area then we're going to say is all that added together, which leaves us with x squared plus 11x plus 24. And so that's as far as we could go on that area. Now if we left that as that x plus 8 times the x plus 3, just notice you're going to get the exact same thing by multiplying those out. So that's just sometimes setting those up in boxes, make sure that you do not forget to multiply anything. All right, so a rectangular fish pond is surrounded by a brick walk. Write an expression to describe the area of the brick walk. Well, we know area is length times width. But we have this area inside here that is not part of the walk. So we're going to have to subtract out that part. So the area of the whole rectangle is the x plus 4 times 2x plus 4. So then we're going to have to subtract the area of, let's do it this way, then subtract area of the pond, which is that white part. And we know that that length times width is x times the 2x. So for the area for this whole thing, we have x plus 4 times 2x plus 4 minus x times the 2x. Okay, so let's multiply all this out. That gives us 2x squared plus 4x plus 8x plus 16 minus 2x squared. Okay, so remember, if you didn't catch us multiplying that, that's x times 2x gives us the 2x squared. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times the 2x is our 8x, and 4 times 4 is 16. So now we're just going to combine these like terms. So we've got 2x squared plus 12x plus 16 minus 2x squared. Well, those, since I have a positive and a negative there, that cancels out. So that leaves me with the area of 12x plus 16. And that is your final answer, because we're just writing an expression. We're trying to, determine how we would come up with those. Okay, so find the volume of the box below. Well, we've got to know that volume is length times width times height. Okay, so the length of this box is 3x plus 1. The width of the box is 2x minus 1. The height of the box is x. So now we've got to multiply all this together. Well, we can only multiply two things at a time. So 3x times 2x gives us 6x squared. 3x times negative 1 is negative 3x. 1 times 2x is 2x. And then 1 times negative 1 would be minus 1. Then we still have to multiply all of that by x. But let's simplify these two terms first. Join our like terms together. That leaves us with 6x squared minus x minus 1. And then we're going to multiply all of that times the x. Okay. So that leaves us with 6x cubed, because he's got to be multiplied by everything, minus x squared minus x would be the equation for the volume of that box. Okay, so now we've got to find the volume of this figure. So we know that volume is length times width times height. So we've got the volume, length times width times height. So the entire box volume then would be the x times the x plus 1 times the 2x plus 1. Okay, and that's this x times x plus 1 times the 2x plus 1. So then we know we're going to go subtract out all of these boxes here. Okay. All right, so first let's see what's the volume of the entire box. So x times x plus 1 gives us x squared plus x. Now we're going to multiply that times the 2x plus 1. So that gives us 2x cubed plus x squared plus 2x squared plus x. So that's 2x cubed plus 3x squared plus x. Now that's the volume of the whole box. Now we've got to subtract out the 3 holes that are in the box, like those, whatever those are, the see-through holes. Well, the volume of that is, well, the length is x, the width is x, but how do we know the how deep those are? Well, they go through the whole box, and the whole box is this x. So that's going to be the x times x times x. Remember, volume is length times width times height. So we got to get all of those, which is x cubed. So the volume of the whole box is 2x cubed plus 3x squared plus x minus the x cubed, but we have 3 of those, so we're going to say minus 3x cubes. And that leaves us with, combining like terms, negative x cubed plus 3x squared plus x. And that is the equation or the expression for the volume of that box.